What's up, y'all? Rob here. Before this episode of the Geekday Podcast, a little bit of weirdness happened with the audio in the very beginning. Some of Alex getting cut out, and I think it was like triple of my voice or something. So one, oops, sorry. Two, that does get fixed in about like 2 minutes into the episode. I just had too many things activated at once. So please push through that. It was a really, really good episode. So enjoy. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Geekday Podcast. We turn your weekday into a geek day. I am one of your hosts once again, Rob, and with me today I have the man, the myth, the legend, the Captain America stan, Mr. Alex Moon. That's you. Hello. Alex, we're back for yet another episode of the Geekday Podcast. How are you feeling so far? Yes, me too. If you are watching live right now, we've had some people continue to ask us, hey, is there a way to see what topics we're going to be talking about? Well, now at the bottom of the screen, you can see these episodes topics. We'll usually go in order, but if we decide something sounds a little bit more interesting to talk about, we'll probably go into there. Also, we're going to be prone to just honestly yapping about whatever. So these are things that we want to talk about, and we will eventually get to, but just so you guys can also type in the chat and everything. But Alex, let's go ahead and jump into our first one right there, which says, what did we do this week? And you did something very, very cool this week. You did. on Tuesday, you did something really cool.
Sorry, my device was not on Do Not Disturb. This week I was very fortunate to have been invited to join the here in San Antonio, Texas. There's a comic book shop called Legacy Comics and Collectibles, and I was very fortunate to be invited on and to be a part of their giveaways they were doing, talk with the employees there on their live. It was super fun. It was really dope. I'm very jealous of whoever won the giveaway because they walked away with some fantastic books. I was insanely upset, but it was a good time.
Apparently, they also lived here in San Antonio. I saw them make another a post about it. The Legacy made a post, and I was like, "Oh, that's really cool that like someone here in San Antonio won it. They got to go pick it up in the store." Because I know usually when they do those big things, it's like there's people from all over the country that also get to do it. So I'm also jealous of that. But yeah, look, I mean, that was really, really cool seeing you on that stream, getting to help out with all those giveaways. So I'm happy for you. I think I was texting you after it, and I was like, "Oh, I'm proud of you, dog."
It was fun. I'm really excited. I want to do it again. I hope they invite me back to do more stuff with them. I know I'm going to be doing some videos with them, and maybe bring them on to TikTok here and do some stuff with them. But that's something we're talking about. But yeah, it was really fun. But Robert, besides me, what did you do? What was your geek stuff this week? How did you turn one of your weekdays into a geek day, if you will?
Let's see, what did I do? Well, I've been doing a lot of research on another TTRPG game that I'm thinking of running sometime very soon. So I bought that, and then I've been just doing a lot of reading. It is like 600 pages of just like stat blocks and stories and stuff like that, as well as obviously reading my pickups for this week, which honestly, let's go ahead and jump into it because we were talking about it a little bit before this. We both kind of picked up quite a lot of comics this week. Yes. I picked up 9, including one back issue from last week. How many did you pick up again?
I picked up 9 altogether. So I picked up 7 new issues, 2 back issues.
Okay, I want to go ahead and walk through kind of what we picked up, and then, or do you want to jump in and say like what our comic of the week was, and then jump into everything, or would you rather just like go through all of our stuff?
I'll be honest, I would say go through all of our stuff because I have not fully read all of my comics yet. So I don't want to pick my comic of the week. If you have yours, let me know. But I can tell you the stuff that I have read so far has been so good, but I don't want to say what my favorite one is because there's still some other really exciting ones that I just unfortunately haven't gotten to to jump into just yet.
Yeah,
but Rob, do you want to go over the stuff that you picked up?
Yes. So I'll go through the stuff that I've read so far, and then I have 3 that I have not read yet. But I picked up Ultimate Spider-Man number 24. This is the last issue of the Ultimate Spider-Man universe going on in here. Really, really great book. A very great ending to a story that was honestly kind of slowing down for me a bit. Wolverine, Weapons of Armageddon. This was issue 1. We talked a little bit about this before, and I'm sure we're going to get really into this because there's some really cool stuff that happens in this issue.
Yeah.
Absolute Batman number 17. This is the new one that came out this week with Poison Ivy. Again, some really, really cool stuff. Generation X23, issue number 1. Really enjoyed this. Did not honestly think I was going to enjoy it too much. I know there's been a lot of number 1s coming out lately from Marvel, so I'm trying to decide which ones to pick up overall. Captain America, the Chip Zdarsky run, issue number 7. The Uncanny X-Men 24. I really love this issue. Man, look at this. I love this cover so much. It's so badass. And then the last 3 ones I've not read. Ultimate X-Men number 24. This was the back issue from last week. X-Men number 25. Have not read this one yet. And then Daredevil and Punisher number 4. Have not read this one yet either because I have not read issue number 3 yet. It's still sitting in my TBR pile. So Alex, those are the ones that I picked up. And I'm talking very slowly so you can get out your comics.
Thank you.
But I want to know what you picked up this week.
Yeah, so some of them similar, and honestly, unless I missed it because I was grabbing stuff, there's one that I'm kind of like, I'm surprised Robert didn't grab that one or isn't reading that one right now. But I also picked up Wolverine Weapons of Armageddon number 1. I just got done reading that. I'm sure we're gonna go over it, and I don't want to say that; it'll be a spoiler. But anyway, also Chip Zdarsky's Captain America number 7. Y'all know me, big Captain America guy. Of course, I was gonna pick up Chip Zdarsky's next issue. Much better than the last issue, I will say. Much better than the last issue. I had some thoughts about the last issue. New Avengers number 9. I love the New Avengers. I was turned on to that a while back, and every issue is just fun. It's been consistently really fun. Now, this is the one, Rob, that I kind of, unless I missed it, Dungeons of Doom. I thought you would be reading Dungeons of Doom.
I did not. I thought that was over already. Was it not?
No, it's not a one shot. It's so Dungeons of Doom, they had the first issue. This is the second issue, which also ties into the Captain America stuff that's going on. So Black Panther 60th anniversary, they did an issue 1 for that. I was really hyped about that. Obviously, Absolute Batman 17. You gotta pick up Absolute Batman when it comes out. And then for me, the last one was World's Finest 48, just because it's another one like the New Avengers where it's just fun consistently. And the 2 back issues I picked up are Captain America number 0, which is kind of like when Sam Wilson was Captain America. He gave up the mantle because every Captain America gives up the mantle at some point. He gave up the mantle. He went back to being Falcon, and he didn't want to come back to be Captain America. This book is the conversation between Sam Wilson and Steve Rogers talking about how Sam's going to come back and how they're going to just both be Captain Americas. They're not going to be like separate or go by different names. One's not going to be called fucking Spin. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So, that's what this one's about. I was really happy to get that one. I've read it digitally. I haven't owned it yet, so I was really excited to get that one. This one, another one I've read digitally that I haven't owned, Captain America 750, another back issue. This is the kind of origins of how Sam Wilson gets his new Captain America shield. Another great one featuring Misty Knight. But yeah, so those were my pickups this week.
Awesome, yeah. And of the ones that you have read, because I know we both said that we haven't read quite a lot of stuff, what do you think is your favorite, like I said, that you have read so far?
Man, it's the one that I just finished. I had to finish it right before we went live because I hadn't caught up. But genuinely, one, I love a good Wolverine story, so it's Wolverine Weapons of Armageddon number 1. I love a good Wolverine story. I've been a little, not wary, but I've been a little interested in how exactly Chip Zdarsky is going about this whole Armageddon thing that they're doing. And some of the stuff that happens at the end of this book, I'm like, okay, I see the vision. We're doing things. We're tying things in. I like it. I'm sure we might talk about it more in a minute. But what about you, Rob? What's your favorite one you've read so far?
My favorite one that I've read so far is also one of my favorite covers of this week, and honestly so far, but it is the Uncanny X-Men number 24.
Okay.
So I'm very late to this run. I think I started either last issue or the issue before. Issue before. It was because it was right after Age of Revelations. I was like, oh, okay, this team seems kind of cool. Let me go ahead and jump into it. And they're doing something very cool where they're having the I think it's with the Legion of Monsters. I think that's what they're called. Being led by Elsa Bloodstone. And this issue, so that was like the end of last issue. This issue was like the fight between both the Uncanny X-Men and them. And man, it is so much fun. It is really cool. The art's awesome. And seeing it very much like, think of it kind of going into this one kind of like a DCKO issue where it's like, okay, it cuts to this fight, and it's like 1v1s and stuff like that, seeing like what character has something over the other one, and then there's a surprise appearance by another character. Honestly, not too sure which one, because they changed how every single character looks like in every single like Marvel comic ever. So I'm like, oh, that looks like this person. Probably not. I'm probably going to be absolutely wrong. But yeah, that has been my favorite. Do you want to continue to talk about our comics? Do you want to jump right into our next story?
Well, first off, we have Solarpunk in the chat. Have you seen the crazy hype for White Skies #1 that came out yesterday? eBay is going $50 plus already. That's crazy. I am not aware of what that is, honestly. Robert, are you?
I'm not. I actually saw Solarpunk's video before I got in this, and I was like, interesting, that looks cool, but I've heard anything about this. I mean, it's Image. They create great stuff. I'm trying to look up kind of like
a synopsis or something?
Yeah. But this guy, he's a long time... William Harms is the writer. He's a long-standing video game writer that worked on Mafia 3... in comics such as Captain America, Wolverine, The Avengers. But I'm seeing... Okay, in White Sky, 5 years ago, the sky went white, and the world ended. Now Violet and her father David are driven from hiding and forced to cross what's left of America toward the unshattered ruins of San Francisco, chasing a rumor of refuge. Okay, so it kind of sounds like Last of Us.
Oh, he also wrote Infamous for PS3.
Oh.
Which Infamous? That's very important.
Yeah, I'm trying to see here.
Because you also said he wrote Mafia 3, and I'm like, that's not great on the pedigree.
Yeah. But honestly, that looks kind of cool. I might try and go scoop it because I'm already seeing that it's being signed up for an issue. I mean, a second printing.
Okay, I was about to say we're gonna have to catch it on a second printing because according to Solarpunk, we're gonna have to pay through the nose to get it. Otherwise,
Solarpunk says the first game is the one that he wrote, the first Infamous. Good. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, that sounds dope as hell. I'm definitely gonna check it out.
Robert, real quick before we get into our first. Talking about trailers and such, I wanted to round back to Captain America because I think we've both read. Have you read Captain America already this week?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we've both read Captain America 7, and then we've both read Weapons of Armageddon. Now, guys, for maybe the next couple minutes here, we're going to talk about some spoilers for those two books. If you don't care, stick around. If not, maybe tune out, or if you're watching the VOD, fast forward it like 2 minutes. But we get both these issues that kind of tie into each other in different ways. And Robert, first off, I just wanted your opinion on, first give me Captain America #7 and then Wolverine, Weapons of Armageddon.
I really liked both of them. Both of them were really, really good. Chip Zdarsky is just the man when it comes to this, to writing, I think, these Marvel comics. He has just been on an absolute run. So I didn't really have any hesitancy coming into like Wolverine. I was just like, okay, I'm sure it's going to do the same, bring you into the modern age sort of way with Wolverine. But, Wolverine writers usually are like... sometimes they handle like his brutality a little weirdly, but overall, issue #7 of Captain America was really good. They brought in some characters from the first kind of arc of this series, and I think wrapped it around very nicely to kind of see that we're talking spoilers, right?
Yeah.
So they bring back Marius, who is a freedom fighter in the first 5 issues, and then here it's like, oh hey, so many years later, Marius is now like kind of a terrorist that's like in charge, like one of the factions that's in charge of Latveria right now, going by the name of Salvation, and he's like, they need to be scared of someone. They need to be scared of someone to continue to push forward. And then I love the scene of Steve being like, I got to go do something, and he goes into a house of one of the Latverian citizens, and it's like, tell me what you think. What does the common person think about each party that's kind of going on right now? And she's like, they're not Doom. Like, for better or worse, Doom knew what he was doing. People were afraid of Doom, and we were free under Doom, kind of. And then the way it ends is really cool. I'm excited to see how like they show that it is the daughter of Doom, Alina.
I mean, that's what I'm.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's a daughter. I don't know if it's going to be something where it's like, oh, it's his sister. It's a niece or some bullshit. But yeah, no, I agree with you 110%. I love the issue. I think I last month was a little more critical of issue 6. It felt I felt derivative. And a lot of people were telling me, well, they're doing like a past and present thing, so maybe that's what they're doing. And I was of the mindset of like, it still doesn't mean that I don't like, I can't not like this. But we're now getting into this story, and this feels like this should have been issue 1 of this for me. It feels like it should have been issue 1, but I loved it. I thought it was so great. Captain America #7, really good. I'm loving this resurgence of the Red Hulk that we're getting everywhere, whether it's in the Brave New World movie, bringing it back in the Sam Wilson books, which it's Maverick there, not Ross, but I just like that we're getting more Red Hulk. Mm-hmm. Robert, look at you. Look at you. I love it. I love it. Doing it on the fly. Yes. Good job. I dug it. And I think for exactly what you said, my favorite part of this book was Captain America wanting to get on the ground level and not just making his decision or following his mission, but he was like, well, let's see how the people feel. And I think that's a very Captain America thing to do. I think Chip Zdarsky stays really knowing how to write him as a character. So I really enjoy it. Now, Rob, how did you – I know you said you liked both of them, but Wolverine Weapons of Armageddon, how are you like go a little more in depth? What did you like? What were you expecting?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it is that first issue thing where it is like, you have to get so much stuff that's in there. You get to meet the Tracker as well. Not a character that I'm aware of, but I'm assuming from like how Logan is talking about it, it's the person that is the reason why Logan was put into the Weapon X program. At least that's what I kind of got from that. And that is like, okay, you're working with someone that's caused you so much torment to be like, hey, mutants are missing, to go track. They go to this warehouse to basically say, hey, yet again in Marvel, there's another super soldier thing going down. It's always got to be like an overlooming thing. But this time they're testing on mutants. And so you go there, track them down. At the very end really made it for me. Because there's that really cool panel, which is you flip open the page and it's the first thing you see. It's just Wolverine getting shot in the head, and then immediately he's like, okay, he's like, it's a long range sort of thing. Immediately his military brain kind of kicks in. He goes and he busts open the door. He sees a Captain America shield, and he's like, that's not Cap's shield. And then immediately he turns around and there is Colton from the first 5 issues of the Captain America Chip Zdarsky run, which is really cool because, like both you and I were saying, we didn't think we were going to see more of him. But I thought we were maybe like later Captain America. But it looks like Chip is like, hey, no, we're going to use this brand new character. And I'm wondering if they're going to kind of do like what John Walker was in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, where it is like this other kind of Cap going around in the background, but that's not Cap. I don't know. What did you think about it?
Well, first off, the issue in general, I loved. Very classic Wolverine type stuff, drinking in the bars and meeting people, his very like no nonsense attitude. But I also love, and I think this kind of, sorry, bag is falling. I think this also kind of reaffirms what, other people have been telling me not to be upset with the last Chip Zdarsky issue, is that I do like that Chip Zdarsky, and this is something I want to bring up. I'm really curious to what's going to happen with this whole Armageddon event that we're like leading up to or that's going on, because he's very clearly, both in Captain America and now in Wolverine, we're jumping. We're talking classic stories or stories that happen in the time of like classic era of these characters, and then we're bringing it into how that affects them in the modern day. Are we heading for a reboot that's going to kind of do that stylistic thing? And I have some more. What is it? I have a big conspiracy theory about that we can get into later. But I do like how we have a lot of stories where we're talking about the past of these characters and how it affects their future and stuff. I like how now we're reaffirming that Chip Zdarsky is going back and bringing David Colton in. And this character was made and put in here for a reason, not just to be another Captain America copy, but clearly there's a plan, and I'm excited about it. I'm excited to see what he's been doing. But I mean, Robert I was reading this issue right before he went live because I had started it today and I didn't get a chance to finish it. So he got my reaction when I saw David Colton pop up, and I was like, oh shit, and it's really exciting. It made me hype for this event that I previously would say that I wasn't as hyped for. So I'm for it.
Me too. I'm really glad that some of these events are actually looking to be kind of cool. We had Age of Revelation, and that was not pretty great. We have DCKO that's going on that is, some issues are really good, and so far these back issues have been like not the best. Have not been very. They've been entertaining, but to me, it's kind of like that slop that you're watching, or like on TV. It's like, okay, let's watch another episode of Law and Order SVU. It's just like, okay, it's kind of the same thing.
Feels like we're watching Transformers 2 through 4 a little bit.
Yeah, we're at a really good starting point, and then you're just like, it's the same characters. I guess I can go continue to watch it.
Yeah. But Rob, with that being said, would you like to pivot us and well, first off, take off the spoiler banner.
Yes.
But would you like to introduce us into our first full topic for this week?
Yes, topic number 1. It's going to be we had brand new trailers come out. So first one that we're going to talk about is going to be the Toy Story 5 trailer. Alex, I watched this trailer. Didn't even know it came out. I was just scrolling on Reddit. And then, sure enough, it was like it had like a new poster, and I was like, "Oh, that's interesting." I didn't know that they were going to be advertising already. And then immediately, the next post was brand new trailer, and I was like, "Oh, okay, I guess I'll watch it." Did you get a chance to watch the trailer?
I did, and it worked out because you sent me the run of show today, and I had seen like on my YouTube that like 3C Films or whatever had like reacted to it, and I was like, oh shit, I need to check that out at some point, and I forgot. So I saw the run of show a little bit before he went live, and I was like, perfect. Hey daughter, want to watch Toy Story? And she was like, yeah. We watched the trailer. I loved it. I thought it was really good. I thought it was really fun. I think my biggest not issue, but my biggest concern coming into the 5th movie is, one, I'm always down for more Toy Story. I'm not one of those people that are like, why do they keep making them? Give me more. I don't care. But the ending, the ending of Toy Story 3 was perfect. So then when they came back for Toy Story 4, it was almost like, what are you doing? Like, the ending was already perfect. And then they made another perfect ending for Toy Story 4. And then they're doing it again, and I'm like, well, how are you going to justify the two main characters being together when the emotional crux of the final movie was them finally going their separate ways? Mm-hmm. And the trailer, I think, knew that was going to be on everybody's mind, and it really focuses on that. It really makes sure that we know why this is going on. And I dug it. The trailer is great. I'm digging the vibe of it. The animation obviously looks beautiful. And I'm really interested to see this world of toys versus tablets kind of thing. But what did you think about it?
I think I'm on a different spectrum. You were like, I'm not the person that doesn't like, why are we still making these? I'm like,
you're like, I'm that person.
I'm like, why are we still making these? It sucks. Like, to me, it's kind of like, I'm not mad about it. I'm not like, why? Like, it's not like a Star Wars movie, right? Where I'm like, please, like, just like make a good piece of content before you go to the next sort of thing coming out. It's just me just being like, hey man, like, you can only ride on nostalgia for too long. It's like, I'm not like super hype about it. I thought the trailer looked good also. It's a movie I'm probably still gonna see because my wife loves Toy Story. But I really love the aspect of like, okay, now it is technology versus toys. It's kind of what I wish Toy Story 4 was, because like it would be a nicer message coming into kind of what's going on right now, but I just don't care. I don't know. It looks good. It looks good, but I had the same problems where it's like, okay, the 3 ended it so well. Brand new owner, like we saw Andy go off to college, and then 4 came out. I barely remember 4. I'm not gonna lie. I just know that like the ending was Woody being like, deuces, I'm out of here. I'm gonna go bang Bo Peep. And then I just was like, okay. What? And then I remember Sporky. I'm trash. I remember him. But like I don't know. It's cool that they're going to continue to make these. I think that with the past couple of movies that Pixar's put out, they need something that's going to drive way more money towards this, like a Toy Story or a Moana 2 or 3 or Frozen 8 or whatever is going on, to have these like franchises that people know, rather than having these like riskier ones, like the new one that's Elio. Is that the new one that's coming out, or was that the one that came out?
Elio already came out, bro.
See, I don't even know anymore, man. Like,
and Elio was so good though. Elio was so good, and it didn't get the marketing push that all these other guys are.
So I think like we're on like two different things, because like, you graciously have a child that like is like, okay, like you can continue to like live through this. I'm like at that point where I'm struggling to find time to find movies, because I don't have something like a child to be like, hey, father, I would like to go see this movie about talking toys, please. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I hear you, but I also think that that's just me, because my wife and I, Toy Story 4 came out before our child was born. And we were in the theaters watching it. Like, that's just, that's us. So, I don't know. I'm hype about it. I think, let's see. Solar Punk in the chat says, I'm really excited for Hoppers. Yes. But I think you're wild that you're sitting here telling me that you're over it. It didn't make you feel a way when everything was going and they're doing you gotta, you know what I mean? Like, they're doing the song and stuff. So like, Robert, you didn't feel anything?
No.
You didn't feel it? I felt like I was watching the Logan trailer. Like, I was like, wow, this is cinema. And you didn't feel anything?
I was like, oh, that's cool. They're doing the thing.
Why do you, I don't know how you hate life.
Like I said, I'm not mad at this. I don't hate it. I'm not like super. I have really, truly. I'm very like middle ground on this, where I'm like, I'm probably still gonna go see it because it is Toy Story, but at the same time, I'm like, you could have just they could have ended it so well with 3 and then 4, and then now there's 5, which means there's probably going to be a 6 and then a 7, then a 40, and then like when like our kids have kids, they're gonna be like, oh man, Dad, do you want to go see Toy Story 45? They're doing the Woody is actually talking to his AI girlfriend, and like it's just gonna be like I don't know. It is one of those franchises that can continue to like adapt, because the world is always changing, and you're always going to have that contradiction of like the toys that we knew growing up to like obviously the next brand new thing, like now it is tablets. So I'm sure they're going to do another one where it's going to be a video game and they're playing Fortnite, and then maybe they're going to do a Wreck-It Ralph where they get sucked into the video game and it's like, okay, let's find our way out or something. I don't know. Like I said, it is one of those things that can continue to be that actually sounds like kind of a good movie. I'm not going to lie. But
hey, it's called Wreck-It Ralph. What do you mean? What do you mean that sounds like a good movie? You're wild, bro. Robert's all like, it's a good movie? If there was a guy and he was bitten by a bug and he got the bug's powers, let's make that movie. Let's have Avi Arad produce it. I would go watch it in a heartbeat. Man, I agree with Solar Punk in the chat. Solar Punk saying cold-hearted Robert. Yeah, cold-hearted Robert. Robert watched the ending of Logan and laughed. I don't know.
For a while, I did not like the ending of Logan because they turned it over to Next.
What do you mean? You like the ending of Logan?
I did. I liked how it ended. I just like I was like, oh, I was crying, and then they grabbed the cross and turned it into an X, and I was like, all right, it's done. It's ruined for me. But now,
that's the best part.
But now, as an adult,
no, but at any point, you didn't like that. what are you on about? That's the coolest part of the movie. I was crying. Laura stops to turn it, and then I was like, oh shit. And then I cried double. I don't know how, but I cried double. And you're telling me that ruined it for me?
I'm just thinking of like the practicality of it. Like if it was a real life situation, to be like everyone's walking away, and then she's like, actually, hold up. This is going to be a fucking banger. And then walks back, grabs the cross, puts it sideways, and she's like, guys, check it out. See that? It's an X-Men. He's an X-Man. And then they continue to bring him back afterwards. So, like Ryan Reynolds said, till he's 80. So,
Robert, I'll be honest with you. That was the wildest take you've had. I don't, and you've had some shitty ones. Oh, God. I don't,
time to go to trailer number 2, which is going to be yet again another probably cold-hearted Robert moment. We're going to be talking about Mandalorian and Grogu.
Oh my God!
This is one of the ones where Alex is like, I was like, Alex, I'm working on the run of show. What do you want to talk about? And immediately he was like, Mandalorian and Grogu. I was like, okay. I saw that the trailer came out, didn't watch it, so I was like, let me go check it out. I watched it. Alex, you're the one, like I said, is the one that's going to have way more to say about it, because I'm sure you like Mandalorian and Grogu. But go ahead, Alex. What do you think about this trailer?
I thought the first Mandalorian trailer that came out was shit. It wasn't good. That first little teaser they released, I was like, okay, I'm not hyped for this. I don't give a shit. Disney, stop trying to feed me this. This trailer came out, and I'm on the completely opposite side of the spectrum now. I'm like, you know what? You showed me that this movie's going to be exciting. You showed me that it's going to be more than just cute Grogu. They did still milk some of the cute Grogu stuff, I will admit. And now we got Baby Greedo, and I'm fine with that. It's cute. But it looks good. I'm excited. The only thing I don't like about this trailer, and a little bit of spoilers for this trailer and for Mandalorian Season 2 and 3, is we see Mando, Pedro Pascal, with his helmet off. And I get it. They had to do that. They got to swipe the face card for Daddy Pedro. I get it. I understand that. I would have preferred if they would have done it in a flashback of some form. But with that being said, I think that's such a dumb thing to do, because a big part of Season 2 and Season 3 was him getting his honor back because he took off his helmet. Anyway, outside of that, I am excited. I thought it looked really good. The action looks great. I'm glad we got the Razor Crest back. Yeah, let's see what this piece of shit has to... No, I'm kidding. See what Robert says, and I'm going to try not to flip out.
Trying to remember, was the last season of Mandalorian and Grogu the one where they meet the lady from the Clone Wars? The one with the owl helmet, where he's like, she takes off the helmet and he's like, what? Like, Mandalorians, you're not a Mandalorian. Mandalorians don't take off their helmets. Was that last season, or was that one season before that? Because I'm not caught up with Mandalorian and the Mandalorian.
Wait a second, Robert?
Yeah.
Robert?
Yeah.
Buddy, pal?
Was that 4 seasons ago?
Have you watched the Clone Wars?
Yes, I love Clone Wars. Yes.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. No, I love the Clone Wars.
Well,
I
are
love
you talking
Clone
about when he meets Bo-Katan?
Yes, her. There you go. That's her name.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Was that last season or the season before?
No, I want to say he meets Bo-Katan in Season 2. No, wait. When is Luke Skywalker?
That's the end of Season 1. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So he meets Bo-Katan in Season 2, and then Bo-Katan or Bo-Katan, I don't know how people say it. Then in Season 3, they all team up to fight Moff Gideon. Yes,
and that's when Ahsoka comes in.
Ahsoka comes in Season 2, and she show up back. Season 3 ends with Mandalorian and Grogu defeating everything, and they're on a fucking beach, literally.
Okay, then I'm not caught up with Mandalorian. So I liked Mandalorian Season 1 and 2, and I was like, okay, cool. But it was a show that I was like, okay, I don't need to continue to see this thing. Like, I think it moves at such a snail's pace, and it's not like enjoyable to me, because it's what like the epitome of Star Wars is, like, overall right now to me, which is just a cameo fest. It's like, hey, remember this guy at fucking Glup Shitto? Like, I'm like, okay, cool. I don't know. This trailer looks cool, I guess. I really enjoyed episode 7. Like, I thought that was the way we were gonna be going like forwards with Star Wars, and then like 8 and 9 obviously, you know, are 8 and 9. I really enjoyed Ahsoka. I thought that show was good, and I really enjoyed Andor. I haven't seen Andor season 2, but like I like that Star Wars. I think we had this conversation before where I'm like, I'm kind of done with Jedi. Like I just don't really care enough to like, it's an organization that has been destroyed and it's being rebuilt by like 2 separate people now. It was Luke, and then he failed, and now it's going to be Rey, and seeing if she fails or not, coming up with these movies and stuff. I just think it's kind of all over the place.
Yeah, no, and you've told me that before, that you're kind of over the Jedi thing and all that. So naturally, you would hate the one thing that's not revolved around the Jedi.
Grogu's a Jedi. Like, isn't he like a Jedi?
He's force sensitive. He's not a Jedi.
But then he gets doesn't he get a lightsaber or whatever?
No, he doesn't get a lightsaber.
I don't know. It's just like, I think they bank so hard.
He literally chooses against the lightsaber. Luke offers him Yoda's lightsaber or to go back with Mando, and he chooses Mando, thus subverting the expectations that force-sensitive people have to be Jedi. What are you on about?
Like,
okay, you know what?
But what is it like about besides just like going around the galaxy and being like, now it's like, hey, I'm here to find a hut, and it's like, nope, sorry, and it's like, what, like, I don't know. It's just like, to me, it's not something that has like greater implications for the story itself. I'm sure this is going to be like a new thing that Dave Filoni is going to go on, and you know, I have my like positive and negatives about Dave Filoni, where I think he makes really good stuff, but also really fucking weird stuff that goes nowhere sometimes.
I do agree with that heavily.
So I'm like, this trailer, like I said, looks cool. I think like it's really awesome seeing some of like the old practical stuff from Star Wars being brought back into this stuff, as well as I know they are continuously using that LED wall for a lot of the stuff, which I think is really, really cool. Not having to like spend a lot of money going out to, you know, a location. So the behind the scenes stuff is very interesting to me. I really love that because Star Wars is usually on the cutting edge of technology when it comes to that. But the story itself, I don't really care. The only thing that's gotten me excited about Star Wars is the mall show that's coming out.
That one just looks good in general, and I think it's also that Clone Wars kind of animation that makes you, I think, kind of expect a certain quality from it, that I'm really excited to see. Robert, next week, I am going to wear a Spider-Man zip-up hoodie because you are just turning into Hat Guy, and I don't like it.
I saw Solar Punk said in the chat, rage bait Robert, LOL. I'm not rage baiting. I don't know. I maybe I'm in my old age, I'm starting to be like, you know, young whippersnappers.
Like, in my old age, I hate things.
I don't know. I just think that like I'm excited for newer things to come out. So I want to see, to me, like the way that Star Wars can like fix itself, or like to know how I feel about it, is going to be the next like major movie with Rey. If that movie is good and I understand where the story is going forward with that, I'm back on Star Wars, baby. But as of right now, I'm like, I just don't care. I think it's because like I've read other like sci-fi stuff that I'm like, how can like I compare this glorious masterpiece of like the Sun Eater saga to Star Wars, which of course inspires stuff from the newer stuff coming out, but it's like Star Wars is so stuck in place that it's so afraid to go anywhere else. I don't know.
I hear you. It's just I think you're saying like in your perfect like Star Wars thing, it would really expand the universe outside of just the Jedi, show the other cultures and the other planets and the other, you know, because not everything is just about the Jedi. You know, I think you're saying like ideally it would just be more stuff of the world and filling it out more than just the regular shit we always see, which is what the Mandalorian is.
It's like, hey, you really love the Outer Rim? Well, how about 5 seasons in just the Outer Rim? Like, bro, show me Coruscant. Show me like other parts. Go back to Camino. We did that in Bad Batch for like a whole season. That was really good. But like, they are so obsessed with the Outer Rim. Like, go somewhere. They built a whole goddamn Disney park about the Outer Rim. Go somewhere else. Show us other parts of the galaxy. Ahsoka, Dave Filoni's so bored with it, he took Ahsoka to a different galaxy. He was like, actually, I'm gonna go do my own stuff.
If Dune, Star Wars, and Star Trek have taught us anything, it's that when people want sci-fi planetary shit, they want sand planets. So they're giving us sand planets.
I think I'm done with sand planets.
Okay, I mean, Anakin is also done with sand planets. But Robert, do you want to transition us into our next topic before I have a fucking aneurysm?
Yes, I can. Our next topic is going to be the Absolute Green Arrow preview. Alex, both you and I have been kind of, I think, casually reading the Absolute. I'm definitely not like diehard. I think the only ones I've been picking up for sure have been both Batman and Wonder Woman, but they finally gave us our first Absolute Green Arrow preview with artwork and a nice little blurb about what it is. And I want to go ahead and read that because it sounds very exciting and the art looks fucking fantastic. So
Tell us.
This is the blurb that was provided by DC. A serial killer is slaughtering corrupt billionaires, and the only clue to his identity is the green arrows protruding from the victims' bodies. Executive Protection Specialist Dinah Lance, also known as Absolute Black Canary, is assigned to uncover the murderer's identity as she investigates a list of suspects drawn from the ranks of DC's most dangerous archers. Each one is uniquely connected to a recently murdered Oliver Queen. A deadly mystery unfolds in this urban horror reimagining of the Emerald Archers mythos, brought to life by Eisner Award winners Pornsack or Pitchett and Raphael Albuquerque. I'm gonna pull up some images of this right here, but Alex, as I do that, tell me, what does this pitch do for you?
I was already super interested in whatever they were going to do with Absolute Green Arrow, especially because they really, there's a thing with subverting expectations where it's just changing it for the sake of changing it, and they're subverting expectations in a way that is exciting. And I thought the way that they subverted our expectations with what they did with Oliver Queen in Absolute Evil was so good. I was excited about it. I know some people were like, oh, they killed off Green Arrow. Because if you don't know, spoiler, sorry, they kill off Green Arrow they kill off Oliver Queen while he's preparing to he's training to potentially become a Green Arrow type, right? Mm-hmm. So this got me really excited. The art looks honestly fantastic, and one of the things that I don't know if you have noticed, Robert, or if it's something that has crossed your mind, and it's been the only thing I've been thinking about when it comes to this art, is one of my favorite things about Absolute Batman is his suit is a weapon. Like, whether it's his symbol, whether it's his ears, his cape, it's all weaponry. And Robert, I don't know if you noticed, or I don't know if you have the images in front of you, but one of my favorite things that I'm seeing so far from this art is it looks like his bow and arrow are two swords, linked together. Mm-hmm. And I'm excited about seeing how that's going to be used, and then how, just the potential of that seems really cool to me. The art looks great. I'm super hype about it. When I saw this earlier, my kind of go-to theory is I think it's Oliver Queen.
Yes, I'm seeing a lot of people are guessing that it's gonna be a reanimated Oliver Queen. Yeah,
I think we're doing some type of Lazarus Pit type shit, and we're doing that.
I hope so. I think that would be really, really cool. I think it would be kind of lame for someone else to take up the mantle after we see him kind of just get absolutely obliterated in absolute evil. I think that this is going to be so exciting because I know it's this one and Absolute Catwoman that have been announced as the next big ones, as well as Absolute Hawkman. I believe that's also been announced. So I don't know. I've been enjoying the hell out of Absolute Batman and Absolute Wonder Woman. I've kind of meandered when it comes to Absolute Superman. I picked up issue 15 because it was like brand new arc starts here, and I read it and I was like, it's all right. It's decent. It's really cool to see like they're bringing in Absolute Lex Luthor in there. But overall, I'm very excited for this one. I love. As a guy that hates horror, I love when it comes to like these sort of horror-esque sort of stuff. Like if I can read it rather than watch it, or like if I can play it rather than watch it, I'm good. If I have some sort of like autonomy against a horror thing, I'm good. I love horror. But
Robert's like, I'm scared. Oh no.
Yeah, I can just rush through the pages, just glance over it. But Alex, does this make you more excited for what's coming more into the Absolute Universe? Because I know you didn't really read any of the Ultimate Universe from Spider-Man, from Marvel. Is this something that's going to make you like jump back into it, or are you going to give it a chance?
Yeah, I mean, I've been reading Absolute Batman religiously. I have tried. I keep telling myself I need to get back into reading Absolute Superman, Absolute Martian Manhunter. I know I see creators like Wonder Woman talking so much good shit about Absolute Wonder Woman. It's just genuinely when it has become something where I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to keep up with, genuinely.
Yeah.
And I think I'm just going to start buying trades and stuff like that because if you keep up with every single Absolute book, I mean, what is that? It's like 7 books right now? I think
1, 2, 3.
Because
it's
Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern.
Oh yes.
The Flash, Martian Manhunter, and I feel like there's another one, or is that it? Is it just
That's
6?
it. Yeah, and then the other 2 are coming out after that, so that will be 8. Wow,
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, so there's a lot to keep up with. So like if some people. 5 books is their whole fucking month.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it's just hard, it's, but I want to, and I think genuinely as a character, I love Green Arrow. So like, it's always been a character I've really been into. So this is one I'm probably going to pick up and run with. But on a side note, I do feel like, let's talk about the Absolute Universe as a whole. I think that what has been the most exciting and interesting about the Absolute Universe is it's felt like a phase 1 of a cinematic universe. Mm-hmm. All these heroes are doing their own stories, they're doing their own things, and we've kind of, we've had that for long enough that now we are getting these crossovers, like with Superman and Wonder Woman, Batman and Wonder Woman, and with the DC KO stuff that we recently got. I think maybe this will be the last year of like, the Absolute Universe is a novelty, and now it's just going to turn into its own full thing, or we're going to have more of that overlap that we would with like your standard DC stuff. You know what I mean? So, but I am for this universe, I'm excited to see where that's going. So I'm excited to see these characters interact more.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. That you bringing it into actual numbers of how many titles that is, it brings a lot. Like, I'm like, oh man, how much money am I spending? And yeah, I agree with you. I'm 100% going to pick up this book. I think it's something. Green Arrow has always been something as well. I really, really like, because Oliver Queen is kind of a weird contrast to Bruce Wayne, where they're both billionaires, but this one uses it as a mask, and the other one is like, no, this is kind of like who I am. I don't agree with all the aspects of like being a billionaire or whatever, but I'm going to use it to still fund my crime fighting and such. So that's always interested me, as well as like my first introduction to Green Arrow was the Arrow TV show. So it's really cool to see that continuously, like to see the universe continue to grow. I think I'm more excited to probably settle down on just a few of the books that are still coming out. So I honestly see myself dropping Absolute Green Lantern because unfortunately I'm just really not enjoying it. It was really good for a bit again, and then I'm just like, I don't really care. Martian Manhunter, Absolute Martian Manhunter has always been difficult for me to get because it's usually always sold out by the time I get it. And I have been using just the DC Infinite app to read that. But overall, I'm super excited for this. There was did you read Absolute Batman 17 yet or no?
The latest one?
Yes.
No, I haven't. I haven't cracked it open yet.
There is some really cool characters that are kind of side mentioned in it that it makes me excited for what they're gonna do. Like Scott Snyder's so good at that, being like, in a cutaway to one panel, here is like one character that you've heard about, and then it cuts back to the actions. Like, oh my god, what are the implications of that? Like, okay, now you're creating this character in the universe. That means you're going to use them again. So being able to see like these characters or like the mentions of other characters and documents and stuff, I think the one, no matter what, even if I drop all the other ones, I'm going to continuously to pick up Absolute Batman because I think it's just the best of the best.
Oh. It has, and it is, and I think it's going to remain that way as long as Scott Snyder's on it. It's just one of those things where Scott Snyder is such a legendary writer, and when you have him on a Batman book like this, they're not gonna move him. You know, if they can keep him, they're gonna keep him. And I think that's, you know, the Absolute Universe is a great idea. It's a great concept, but really, you know, Absolute Batman is the Iron Man of this universe. Like, it is very much like, hey, everything else is gonna happen or not happen based on if people continue reading Absolute Batman. Mm-hmm. But also, with that being said, I didn't realize Martian Manhunter is considered a limited series. Absolute Martian Manhunter.
Really?
Yeah, because it's confirmed for 12 issues, according to what I'm seeing right here. It's confirmed for 12 issues, and it might actually end at 12 issues.
I can see that. That's interesting. That makes me unfortunately, kind of excited for me to like be able to get like a trade paperback, not having to wait for them to continuously come out, kind of like how I have been with Absolute Batman or like Absolute Superman, Wonder Woman stuff. Mm-hmm. It's like, okay, cool. I know like it's gonna come out and it's gonna be split into 2 volumes, and boom, that's gonna be done. And then I'm sure they're gonna continue to bring them in on when they make the Absolute Justice League, even though they have an Absolute Justice League with Absolute Evil and stuff. Mm-hmm. I'm excited to see that and continue to see some of these characters being brought in. But Alex, we have about 9 minutes left in our show. We're out of topics.
Okay.
But I wanted to know, I got a question for you. As someone that is caught up with, are you caught up with everything in the MCU?
Everything? I would say, for the most part, except Nick Fury show, whatever it's called. Secret Invasion.
Okay.
Just because I know what happens in that show, and I have decided it's not canon, therefore why do I need to watch it? But go ahead. I
am not completely caught up with this. So I'm going to ask you, from the ones that I have not seen yet, I'm going to name them out. I want you to give me your recommendations of like the 2 to 3 things that you think I should focus on coming up. So it's not going to be a lot, but Black Widow. Not seen Black Widow. Have not seen Ironheart.
You haven't seen Black Widow?
Mm-mm.
Okay, go ahead.
Ironheart. Oh my god. Let's see, what was the other one? I've not seen Thor: The Dark World.
You haven't seen Thor: The Dark World?
No.
Okay.
And then what was the last one? Oh my god.
Have you seen Brave New World yet?
Yes, I did. I did see it.
Okay.
Okay, just between those 3, which is the one?
There was 4.
1, 2, 3. Thor: The Dark World. God, no, I'm forgetting. Ironheart and Black Widow.
Oh, I thought you named another one.
No.
Oh, okay.
Those 3.
Okay. If you're going to focus on one of them, and maybe this is going to be a really hot take, if you're like asking like, hey, these are 3 I haven't watched, if you had to pick which one I watch next, I'd pick Ironheart, bro.
I thought you were going to say that. You were really really high on it. Can you, I know that it is about, Riri Williams and Anthony Ramos is in there and stuff. I heard that it gets kind of mystical. Is that correct?
It does get mystical, and what I like about it is, without spoiling stuff, it gets mystical. And I think me and you had this conversation with Spider-Man, where I think me and you both kind of agree, where when Spider-Man gets a little too mystical, it kind of takes us out of it a bit. This seems more like, to talk about the mystical side of it, this seems more like mystical powers bestowed upon a regular character, which made it more palatable for me. It wasn't like, hey, we're going to a different dimension. It was more like, almost like similar to like a Ghost Rider thing, where like, hey, this thing is giving you powers, and not to reread to another character, and then we kind of go through it there. So it does get mystical, but genuinely, there are some very fun connections, some very fun interactions and characters in this show that I really wasn't expecting to be in this show, and some crazy callbacks to some early MCU stuff. But it's a good show. I think it's fun, and I think and one of the main reasons I want you to see it is some of that mystical stuff plays a larger part towards the end of that show, and I'm very interested to get your take on it. Because unfortunately, Ironheart is one of those things where they're either going to completely pretend it didn't exist, or they're really going to take certain aspects from it and really not touch other stuff. I wasn't too keen on where they left. Like there's kind of a cliffhanger that I wasn't too keen on when it came out. But overall, I think the show is really good. It's a great, like, bringing magic and technology together, and how Riri uses that. And I don't know, I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a whole lot. I'm going to preface this by telling you, I know that it's not as good as like a Wonder Man. I know it's not as good as like a Loki or a WandaVision. I know that. But out of the slop that you listed, I think that's the best one to check out.
You can definitely tell I picked the ones I've not watched have probably been for a good reason. I've heard not great things about them. But I do feel like as I continue to go through everything that Marvel's being put out, I'm like, I feel like I gotta watch it. Something like second screen sort of thing.
Yeah, I would say like at least like maybe like at work or something, just have it planned, and enjoy the parts that are really interesting. But if I had to rank those, I would say Ironheart, Black Widow, Thor: The Dark World. Thor: The Dark World is just not a great one. It's just very. You know how Thor 1 came out and everybody was like, that's going to be boring. How are they going to make the guy that goes, thou want to fight? Like, how are they going to make that interesting? This second movie is that. So, like, they knocked it out of the park with the first one, and they went, look, we didn't make it boring. And then they made the second one, and they went, but we can. Like,
but we have the ability to.
So, yeah, they're like, we have the technology.
Well, everyone, that is it for yet another episode of the Geekday Podcast, where we turn your weekday into Geek Day. Stay tuned. We'll be putting Just kidding.
Also, we forgot to mention, and maybe on the VOD, I don't know if Robert just uploads it straight from here or if this can go on the VOD later, but we also have been, we were guests on an episode of the Super Sanctum podcast. And that's coming out tomorrow, Friday, the what is it, the 20th or whatever? I don't know where I am right now. So we were on that show. Robert was fantastic. I was also there, and yeah, we're on that. So if you want to check that out, they've told us that should be coming out tomorrow. I don't know I'm sure when we put this on YouTube or whatever, you can put the link in the bio or what have you. But yeah.
Yes. So thank you once again, everyone. Make sure to check that out. We'll probably be putting some of our clips from there onto our social media. So also make sure, yes, I will try and put their stuff down into the description below if you're watching this later on. So thank you once again, and we'll see you next week. Bye, y'all.